hid the body of the homeless man we killed, because if it was found, if we reported it back, we would have got fired, and it would have been game over.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story, but I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get dragonfly jewelry. Then you buy a piece, right?
Hello once again and welcome back to Blade Runner. Today we're going to continue on this game and try and get a little bit further. We're not black, we're white. We're back at the police station next to this cell, and we're trying to find out about the killer in the newest case, the Jamaican guy. This woman's on the same case, we'll see what she says.
You're horning into my action, rookie. Take a stroll.
Oh, she's not very friendly. Gosh, she
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone.
So this guy's acting up. This guy knows about the Jamaican, but he doesn't say anything. He's not going to tell us anything about the Jamaican. Alright, so it's down here.
Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range.
I think it's this way. We'll double check the picture. Did we miss something, do you think? It's possible we've missed the part of the image.
Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
Alright. See, what's this? We need to look for clues. It's like Scooby-Doo, but a bit weird. Oh yeah, we need to ID the bomb, don't we? Where's the bomb? Is that the bomb? See, I thought that was the bomb. I'm sure it is. Because he was pretending to be a delivery man. Yeah.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
Nice, we've got a new clue. What else was there? Is there nothing around him? We'll check one more time. Kingston Kitchens. Have we been there before? I'm not sure if that's the place in Chinatown, or if it's a new restaurant we've never been to. Because we did go to Chinatown and we did meet Zubin. So maybe that's a link to the past case? Maybe it's not.
Uploading
We'll have a
personal
look.
clue database. Downloading mainframe clue.
From what I've
database.
gathered, the cases are pretty short, which isn't bad. It's a pretty good
Clue
feature. I'm not too sure if this is a long game.
complete.
It doesn't seem like a long game, to be honest, from what I've seen so far. Which again isn't a bad thing. It's just how it is.
Laboratory.
We'll go to the lab, see if this guy's got any new evidence. He doesn't. He's not here. Where's he went? Guess we need to wait. We'll go in our zoomer. Okay, so we've got a few people to talk to here. Hopefully it's updated since the last time we came. But it might not necessarily have done that.
Anything unusual happening down here?
Business slow today. But tonight my people bring over baby barracudas. They're very cute. You should buy.
I'll pass.
It was this woman, wasn't it? Okay. Any information? Let's see.
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Shit.
You know anything about insects?
I regret that I do not know the one, save that I feed them to my snakes.
You do what?
Artificial ones, of course. The safeguards in the design of my snakes would not allow them to swallow a real insect.
I assume that this insect is already extinct.
They all died after the war, yes.
So the fakes must be pretty expensive.
If bought in bulk, the price is acceptable. They do not need to eat them, of course, but the added realism is worth every penny. Have you ever seen such craftsmanship?
Right now I'm more interested in the insect.
Perhaps you should ask the Peruvian woman next door. She's an expert on such things, and will cut a wonderful deal to friends.
So I've heard. Right, we're gonna look at the evidence. What was there?
You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know.
There's a restaurant we need to go to. I can't remember the name of it, and I don't think it's in evidence. Bob's Bullet Runner Surplus. The fuck is this?
Had a 45 blaster under your coat, or you just happy to be here?
You got good eyes.
They ought to be. They're the only organs of mine that survived the Phobos Wars intact.
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect.
Blade Runner, huh?
Yeah.
How come I never heard of you?
I just got assigned.
Yeah, I'm kind of buddies with Davy Holden. How's he doing?
Word is he's gonna be okay.
That skin job must have been pretty damn quick getting by Davy like that. He's the best in the business.
He'll be back on the job soon.
Is Davy Holden the guy who did the test on the replicant at the start of Blade Runner? Davy Holden, is that him? The guy who got blown up? Is that somebody else? I think this must be for a different case, when you come back here later.
McCoy, LPD.
I'll head in here. Hawkers. Is it this person?
This guy work for you?
No, but I wish he do. He be one fine-looking man.
You sure? Never seen him before.
I'd remembered him for sure.
Okay, it's not him. Who will it be? Maybe he works for this guy.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Okay, he doesn't work for this guy either. Who does number 2 work for? It's not there.
2 minutes. That's how much time I give every stranger that wanders in here off the street.
Sell a lot of stuff that way?
I don't encourage browsers. What impresses me are people who know what they want and are not afraid to pay for it.
What's the most expensive thing you got in here?
Value is a relative notion. What's significant to you might be meaningless to me.
And vice versa.
Everything here is guaranteed. The finest, most authentic anyone can get.
Well, let's have a look inside. Why can't we... Oh shit. Why can't we go inside? Alright, so it's not here. Now we're back outside it. Christ. This is a real struggle to find out who this guy really works for. I think we need to go back to this place one more time. Check for any more clues. And if there's definitely no more clues at the corporation, we need to find a way to talk to Tyrell. Now I'm thinking, how would we talk to Tyrell? We've talked to the guy in the holding cell who might have known the Jamaican. Well, who did know the Jamaican, but I won't say why. We've talked to literally everybody apart from the guy in the lab and Bryant, our boss. And Bryant doesn't like us talking to him in person. He prefers that we email him, or whatever the Blade Runner equivalent is. But I think we need to talk to Bryant in person or go to the lab. We'll go here one more time, just to make sure that the lab will be open when we return. I'm not sure how it works, if it's like time passes as this happens and we need to wait a certain amount of time for the lab to open. Not too sure what's happening in terms of like kind of time going past, but what I do know is that we need to kind of get to the lab and get to Bryant as our next step.
Messy up there, isn't it?
So through here. Oh.
Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files on the Tyrell network and failed. Not just once, but a dozen times. Tyrell engineers might forget their passwords, but what would the Grav Lab boys need with replicant DNA sequences and incept dates?
Incept dates is when people die.
Eisenduller had used his dog's name as a password. The Tyrell brass wouldn't be too happy if they knew I was snagging a copy of their files, but someone had wanted them bad enough to kill Eisenduller, so I figured they must be worth having.
That must be what we missed. Because we always looked in that area, but it was hard to find out what was there. I knew there must have been something we missed there. That was too kind of bare bones for us to have seen everything, you know what I mean? I had a funny feeling there was something there, so we just didn't look in the right places. We were looking at the floor mostly. We didn't look at the actual computer. Yeah, that's where we need to go.
Laboratory.
Guy's not here. Don't know if he's on his lunch break or what.
Ground floor. Mainframe
So,
and shooting range.
since we got the new kind of floppy disk, put it in here. See if it gives us anything else to look at. If it doesn't, we'll just upload. That is nothing. Just nothingness. Can we ID the dog? Oh, it can! What?
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Give me a hard copy of that.
I was just hitting piss there. I didn't think that would actually work.
Uploading personal clue database.
Wow.
Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database
Sweet.
transfer
Bloody beautiful.
complete.
Through here. Here, down here. Talk to Bryant and see what the fuck he... not you. Bryant. I thought B meant Bryant. It doesn't. Down here. It means basement. Bryant. Come here, you little dafty. We need to talk to you. He won't talk. He's antisocial as hell. He wants us to email him every little problem. But we need to talk to Tyrell. I think he has the missing information that we need. I need to talk to Rachel at least. Confess to shooting. That is in kind of correlation with the hobo we shot. We're not going to confess because that will mean our career is over. So hush hush. We shot Sean Connery over here. We shot a hobo and hid him in the fucking bin. Nice.
Can the department float me some chin yen? This investigation's getting expensive.
Look, this ain't on the department tab, okay? This is a personal loan.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
This goddamn city don't know how to manage funds. They've been flush for years.
I thought we were under budget.
Trust me, ain't nobody getting rich unless they're sneaking some on the side. Hell, I can barely pay for the fuel for my car.
Ever hear of public transportation?
Get out of here before I throw my desk at you.
Alright, we need to talk to Tyrell, please.
The goons over at the Tyrell building wouldn't let me talk to their boss. Maybe you can set up a meeting.
Anyone else in that whole company who knows anything?
You and I both know it's a one-man show over there.
I'll give it a try, kid. I'll have to pull some strings, so don't go in there half-assed. Make sure you got some legit questions for the resident genius.
Appreciate it, Lieutenant.
Confess to shooting. We'll report in. We'll hum.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You'd be amazed at how accommodating a man can be after his hemorrhoids get lanced. You really been surprising the troops around here, kid. Gaff says you worked at retirement like a champ.
Just doing the job.
Yeah, well, don't get too cocky. Those sixes can be damn unpredictable.
That I know.
But I'm proud of you, McCoy. Why don't you take the rest of the day off?
Thanks.
Payments is wiring the advance to your account as we speak.
How much?
Couple hundred chinian. Enough to buy a sandwich or two. We gotta hold back the rest until the lab does the autopsy. Paperwork, you know. Shouldn't take more than a couple of days.
So the check's in the mail?
Hey, don't worry. The boys upstairs want to keep our best and brightest happy. Any idea what you want to spend it on?
I was thinking maybe a companion for my animal at home.
Forget that. Buy yourself something nice. Once you start carving up that juicy bacon, kid, the taste never goes away. The great things in life, believe me, you'll just be wanting more and more.
Good. I like talking to him. Alright, so I think that was it. I don't know if we legitimately do get the day off. Or I don't know what happens, to be honest. Like, how do we know that we have a meeting with Tyrell? Obviously he said he'd try and set it up. But I don't know if Tyrell's... Oh, fuck's sake. I don't know if we need to go to actual Tyrell's office or what if we need to go back to the apartment. It's a bloody piss take. Off-world colonies. A chance to begin again. It's a new life of da-da and da-da-da. Oh nice, this is it. This is Tyrell's office. Is it voiced by the actual actors? Let's see. Oh, there's that owl! Is it real? Of course not. There's Rachel.
Beautiful, isn't it?
The owl or the
Oh,
view?
Both.
The view's amazing. The owl, well, artificial things never did that much for me.
It's a flawless replica. We used a real one as a model.
Owls are extinct. Who told you the model was real?
Dr. Tyrell?
He's wrong, or lying. Check your Sydneys.
Eldon wouldn't make up something like that.
You're Tyrell's assistant?
Yes, I'm Rachel. Dr. Tyrell is very busy. I'm fully familiar with all Tyrell operations.
He does know I'm a cop, right? Blade Runner unit?
Dr. Tyrell has already met with one Blade Runner today and has important
nice.
business
Did he
to
talk to
attend
Deckard?
to. Your department should coordinate its efforts better.
Yeah, but
You may speak to me or you may leave. I can't offer you any other choices.
fair enough. I wanted to ask about Marcus Eisenduller.
I can't tell you who killed him if that's what you're asking.
We've already got a suspect. What I want to know is why the killer would be interested in replicant DNA information.
That's a stupid question.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Your suspect is obviously a replicant, a very dangerous one.
I thought replicants were safe, more human than human. Isn't Dr. Tyrell pushing to make it legal to use rep labor to clean up the kipple?
Are we here to discuss corporate policy or Marcus Eisenduller's murder?
A little of both. You heard about the moon bus hijacking? Yeah, I guess you would have. 50 people dead.
You can't blame...
I'm surprised you aren't out doing spin control. The public gets nervous when your pets wander around the city without a leash.
Replicants aren't pets.
Right. Pets live longer and don't go around killing people.
There are safeguards in the design.
4-year lifespan.
Yeah, I've seen the data. Implanted memories,
Yeah.
a 4-year lifespan. I'd probably get a little crazy too, but I don't think I'd start killing people.
Wouldn't you?
As I explained to Mr. Deckard
Yeah, most
earlier,
of good.
I've given the Nexus 6 model a past. I've given it the purity and innocence of childhood. And all the joy and despair that comes with a real existence. That's hardly a death sentence. That's life.
I thought you weren't meeting with any more Blade Runners today.
Well, I decided to make an exception. Mr. McCoy, isn't it? You do understand the need for the Nexus 6 to have an identity.
Not really. No. I do see why a replicant who has an identity would want to steal Eisenduller's files.
Please, enlighten me.
They want more life.
They're wasting their time.
They're gonna come for you, just like they came for Eisenduller.
I have nothing to fear from any of my children. I tell them all exactly what I told you. Have I given you what you came here for?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe.
Then if you'll excuse me, I have a stockholder meeting to attend.
Anything else we can look at? No, that seems to be it. I guess we have to leave. We'll go back to the police district. See if the guy's back at the lab. And if he's not, we'll just update our evidence. Forgot the word there. Yeah. There we go.
Mainframe laboratory.
Please be back. For fuck's sake.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
We'll report back to our boss. Oh, for fuck's sake. Do you know anything?
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My
Jesus.
migraine's acting up.
Ground floor.
So he knows stuff, but we can't ask him about it. We'll go over here. Yeah, we could go out there, but that's just the outside. There's nothing there.
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
We'll get back out there. Those reps ain't retiring themselves.
Yeah, suicidal targets would make my job a lot easier.
Everybody's got a job, kid.
So no, we don't need to report back to him at all. Maybe we should go back to Anamoy Lane, see if that dragonfly person has any other information. That she does. We've talked to Tyrell, but he didn't give us any information. He didn't tell us bloody jack shit. We're just chasing dead ends. Okay. So no, we're going now. What's up here? Any information?
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Nobody knows anything. Anything else is here. I've been Ciparian. This has been Blade Runner. See you next time.